I'm Tom Johnson, Thomas Johnson Antique Furniture Restoration in Gorham, Maine. This is a nice little desk. It's not an antique, it's an old reproduction, and it's been found in a barn here in Gorham. It's been there for many years. And what I want to show in this video, I want to find out how good this piece can look just using regular consumer products that are available to you at your local hardware store. With this particular piece, the first thing we're going to do is vacuum. I've assembled everything here I think I need for the job, and everything here is available at your local hardware store. I have a commercial type de-cleaner, degreaser. I have some bleach because I'm going to clean the bottoms of the drawers, the back, and everything with this mild bleach solution to kill any mildew that might be there. I have yellow carpenter's glue because I've got to glue this drawer together. Then I've got scratch cover, which I'll go over with hopefully will hide any scratches and other marks or scrapes. And in that same vein, I also have these wax sticks and a marker. I have steel wool, which I'll use also to apply the scratch cover, and probably the beeswax polish also. Did I mention that you need a clamp? I don't think so, but you can get this at your local hardware store. You can wipe off the excess glue with just a damp rag. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is go over this with the magic marker. The scratch cover is going to take care of a lot of minor things, but there's some things I've seen that I want to hit with the marker first. Like there's just some light edges along here, along here. Now you're thinking, Tom's not going to paint that raw wood where the veneer is missing. Well, yes I am. Remember, we're only using tools from the hardware store, and I will stain that, and at any later date it can be repaired. Now I'm going to use a scratch cover. I think the scratch cover is basically an oil polish with stain in it. The theory being that the stain is only going to affect the little minor areas, the little scratches where the finish is gone. And I want to use a 4/0 steel wool to apply it. Now I'm going to wipe this down. This is an old rag that's sort of saturated in oil polish, in a coffee can, and I use it for just this purpose. Okay, I've let the scratch cover dry for a couple of hours, and now I'm going to wipe it down really well with just some regular paper towels. You can see all the stuff that comes off. All right, you can see, how much polish, scratch cover polish is on these paper towels. I'm going to take 2 more. I really want to make sure that all the excess scratch cover is gone. I want to wipe it, I'm still seeing a little bit. That's really good, though. It's coming on now. It's almost gone. Now here's a little area on the drawer, actually 2 little areas here that the scratch cover didn't take care of. So I'll just go back with the marker. I think that this little ding on the drawer front here might benefit from use of the wax stick. A wax stick will rarely make a defect go away, but it definitely takes the curse off of it, and it's a great improvement. I just realized I re-glued the drawer, but never tried it back in the cabinet. Not bad for the first try. It's a little tight there at the end, but I'm not inclined to do anything about that right now. This thing has been in a barn for years, and it just may need to dry out a little bit, so I may give it away. But in the meantime, what I will do is wax everything. And what I mean is, by wax everything, I want to wax the drawer runners. I have just a stub of an old candle here. Now, you can't buy an old candle stub at the hardware store, but you can buy a new candle or paraffin wax. So I want to wax everywhere that wood touches wood. So the final step here will be to go over it now with the beeswax polish. And I really like this polish. It leaves a really nice sheen and seems to keep that sheen for a while. A lot of times I'll use the 4/0 steel wool like you saw me use with the scratch cover. But I already did, I did the steel wool, so now I can just apply it with a rag. Now turn the rag around to a nice clean area, relatively clean area of the rag. I want to make sure I wipe off all the excess polish. I'm going to leave it laying on the surface. All right, I'm going to let this dry during lunch, and then I'll give it a final buffing. So there you go. Nice little desk, little fall front desk. Very useful little piece of furniture. If you remember, it came out of a barn, covered in filth, and we decided to experiment, see what happened just with these very common items from the hardware store. Cleaner, scratch-covered steel wool, wax stick, marker, and then the final beeswax polish. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good.